get your mouth.
Alright guys, so I'm taking a look at a pair of earbuds, and they are obviously going to be Bluetooth earbuds. They are very, very compact. This is the packaging that they come in as far as the outer cover, and then they have more of a hard box here. Also has some information on the back, but nice little cutout so that your headset and case are very protected. It does include different sizes, so you have large, medium, and small for the tips, so that they fit into your ear to kind of dial in what size is going to be ideal for you. And I prefer to use my own charging cable, but it does include a small micro USB charging cable. It has a user manual, which I think is pretty good. You can kind of judge, how well a product is in some cases, not all, but in some cases by the user manual. The manual's good. A lot of times the product tends to be good. Sometimes when the manual's not so good, the product tends to be. That's just been my experience, but So anyway, there you go. There's a little plastic covering, which you maybe can see the reflective. That's what this is wrapped in, so it's protected really well when it shows up. And real quick overview. So it's not, I don't have the exact measurement, but there will be some pictures that had preceded the video that will give you some measurements, but you can see it's relatively small, slim, fits into your pocket or book bag, backpack, briefcase, whatever it is, very, very easily. And then you have a port here that says, on this one, in. This one says in, and that is going to just pop open, and that reveals your micro USB charging port. Don't know how well that shows up for you, but that's your micro USB charging port. Of course, plug it in to charge. And on this side you have out, and that is a full-size USB. So in the event you needed like an emergency charge, you could get a little bit of charge using this as a power bank. Now it's only 850 milliamps, so it's not going to give your phone a massive charge, but in the event of an emergency and you had no other form or access to any other power source, this would be a very nice thing to have and give you enough power to at least make a phone call or two, or send out a text, or do something, hopefully, that will help in that situation. The other thing you'll have, I don't know how well that'll show up either, but there's little bars going across here, and there's a button on this side. So if I push this button, hopefully you can see those lights. And of course for the camera they're flashing. For me, they're not. So there's 3 bars and the 4th flashing. So we're somewhere in the 75 to 100% range. Each bar's value is about 25%. And that's pretty much everything as far as the power bank. I believe it's made of aluminum, but it's actually very, heavy duty. I'm not sure. It might be just a hard plastic, but it has a nice feel to it, nice look about it. And then your earbuds are held in by magnets on each end. So they just kind of sit in there. They don't fall out very easily. If I shook them really hard or slung them, I'm sure I could get them to come out. But as soon as you pull this out, it actually turns itself on and goes into pairing mode. And when you pull both out, what happens is the right hand side is the primary and the left hand side is the secondary, and it will pair to itself, one to the other, and then go into pairing mode so you can pair it with your device. So what I found with these is, obviously with earbuds you don't have a huge amount of bass, generally speaking, but these do have a little bit of bass, but I wouldn't say it's a punchy, heavy bass. So there is a little bit there. It's very, very clear and crisp as far as the sound quality goes, which is really good. It uses Bluetooth 5, so it's a more recent version as opposed to an older Bluetooth, which is nice. That's really good and give you, good clarity and everything. And you're going to get, sort of a isolation of sound because they're earbuds that go, they're talking, they go into your ears, which means it's going to sort of eliminate. Now, if you put these in your ear, I don't know how well it shows up. I don't even know if I have them in the right ear because I can't see the, my eyesight's not the greatest. And they don't show up really well. You have to get the light to hit them just right, but there's like a power indicator and a right or left. But they're relatively small, so they're not going to stick out of your ear, you know, very much. And, you know, I don't know. I guess it depends on your ear, but little contact points, you can see those. That is, of course, where the magnets hold into place. Now, for the sake of making sure I get this information right, I wrote down some information. So I'm going to read that to you, so please ignore that I'm not looking at you directly. The battery case is 850, I believe, milliamps. Let me double check. Yes, 850 milliamps. So you're not going to get a massive charge, especially with phones. Like my phone has 4,000 milliamps. So you're not going to get a massive charge. But I was able to get about 10% charge added to my phone. And 10% is massive when you're completely out of charge or really near that and you need an emergency charge. So it's very convenient. All right, so let me go over some real quick specifications for you. It took about an hour to charge this case. Now the earbuds, I never let them get fully down to depleted to the best of my abilities, so I can't tell you exactly how long they'll take to charge, but the good thing is when you drop them in, they automatically begin charging. You can see the red light, you know, blue lights. There's also lights here, so you have LED indicators to show different levels here of your battery charge for the case, and then you'll have the light here for that earbud itself, which is nice. Let me go ahead and stick these back in. So the buttons on this will allow you, by either pressing and holding or pressing the number of times you press, do different things. So you can do play, pause, answer, reject calls, volume, track navigation. Of course, you can adjust the volume and things on your phone as well, but it's nice to have that option, you know, in the actual earpiece. You will have a low battery warning in the event that it becomes depleted. So these are designed to run about 3 to 4 hours. And one good thing that I will mention, because people have asked about this with others, is with phone calls or music, either one, you can use one or the other, but it will play back through both right and left. So you will get, you know, audio in both, whether you're on a phone call or on music, you know, so it's no problem there. And you shouldn't have any problems with the microphones picking up. It seems to pick up fine as far as I could tell. I had no issues. So 3 to 4 hours of continuous playback on the actual buds. Now if you turn these to maximum volume, that can decrease sometimes considerably. When you're playing at a higher level, it just takes more power and it seems to deplete the battery quite quickly, in contrast to being at a more moderate, like medium or lower level, I found. And that's with all headsets that I found. So keep that in mind. And you do have 60 hours of standby time, and with the power bank you potentially have up to around 35 hours of usage is what they're listing. You can get 15 to 18 different charges on your earbuds before the case is fully depleted, is what they're setting the bar for the actual charger. I feel like my experience with this is that the bar decreases quite rapidly, especially if you're using it to charge your phone. It depletes really rapidly. Probably won't get a whole lot, like I said, from that, maybe about 10%. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think there was a whole lot else that I really wanted to talk about with these. One thing that I thought was really cool is, you know, obviously you shouldn't go like swimming with these, but technically they even say you could take a bath or a shower with these. So you could actually shower with these, but getting caught in the rain or sweat if you're working out is really the ideal situation as far as waterproof. So that's really cool. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. You can hear like the little voice prompt, which is kind of cool. Like I said, automatic pairing though, very, very quick and easy. SR2, I believe, is what it shows up in your phone. So as soon as you pull these out, they will pop into pairing mode. And one thing to take note, sometimes people like somehow mess up this, pairing mode and everything, or they don't get it to pair properly. And there is a reset procedure in the manual. So it talks about holding it down for like 3 seconds, and then I think it says something about holding it down for 15 seconds. So it is outlined in the manual. In the event you run into problems, just basically hold down the power buttons and it will reset the actual earbuds, and they should go back into pairing mode. But when you pull them out the first time, they should automatically turn on, automatically pair. But again, really good as far as quality of sound. Not the best bass. Microphone picks up fine. Bluetooth range seems to be fine, but generally I have my phone in my pocket, so I'm no more than maybe 2 or 3 feet max from my phone. So you can expect the typical somewhere in the neighborhood of 30, 35 feet, 33 feet, but give or take, and sometimes a little bit more, but you should be able to expect that for the most part. And with BT5, Bluetooth 5, good quality sound and good connection, should be nice and stable. Hopefully it will be for you. So there is some more detail if you want to read about it on the actual link that I'll provide below. They do come in and I wish I'd have ordered it, blue color, because it looks really good, but they have a blue, I believe a red, and then the black. So depending on what you like the best, but I think the price is pretty reasonable. It's nice that it doubles as a power bank, and then obviously having the visual indicators on the sides and then on the actual case itself is very nice to know exactly where things are in terms of the power and everything for your 25% increments. That's good. So overall, pretty pleased with these. Like I said, I don't think you're gonna have them fall out. The magnets are actually quite good. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I could sling those out, but I'm afraid they just go flying across the room. But you get the idea. You can see the little red indicator showing it's charging. Yeah, I just stick them in there and then they turn off when they're done charging. So I don't know. I think that overall they should make most people happy. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. But again, check out the link below if you want to find out more. Thanks for watching.